Here's a little map of the area. Here's Mount Shasta, the Black Butte, which is that very volcanic looking mountain right next to it. And then the town of Mount Shasta. This is the lake we're at, Lake Siskiyou. And this is where we've been camping, up at Castle Lake. So that's why we have such a great view of Mount Shasta. So here's the trail that goes around the lake, clearly marked. And a little reminder for you. And then there is the beautiful lake. We're going to go down and see it. Yet another really beautiful part of the Mount Shasta Trinity National Forest. This is only part of the lake. There's more over there. I hope it's clean. Dogs can handle it, right? I hope. This is definitely a more developed, like, vacation spot. Like, it looks like there's actual campgrounds and stuff here. It's beautiful though. And yeah, the snow-capped mountains. If it was a clearer day, actually, well, that is Mount Shasta right there. I didn't realize. Let's go take a look. Yeah, earlier today, back up at our campsite, was the first morning that we couldn't see Mount Shasta. It was shrouded in clouds. It's still cloudy, but you can see it now. Yeah, beautiful place. This area smells great right now. It's probably getting to the season where I would be having a lot of allergies here too, because everything's starting to bloom. That's what I'm smelling. I love all those roots along the water. Yeah, but it smells great. And the smell, when you get that thick evergreen pine smell, not like pine sol, but like when you're actually in the forest, it definitely reminds me of being a kid and camping with my grandpa. And yeah, it's one of those strong memory triggers. Love it. So, like most larger lakes in California, this is man-made, like a reservoir. I didn't realize. I mean, I did realize that most lakes are man-made in California, but I thought maybe this was a natural lake, but it's not. But the Sacramento River, it flows in here, pretty much comes right down from the mountain, right here, and exits right there through the dam. And even though it's man-made, it's still beautiful. The road is closed. So I filmed this last time I was here, which was, I think, October. Oh look, it says Happy Mom's Day in the dirty snow. But there was a lot less snow when I was here last. It was really just snow towards the top of Shasta there. There's always such unusual clouds around Mount Shasta. And this was an area where you could hike up, and I did, but there was no snow, so I am not hiking through that snow today. Hey, we made it to Mount Shasta. We're actually on Mount Shasta right now. And we're at a pretty high elevation. We're about 6,000 feet right now. There's a lot of snow here. Well, not a lot, but there's still snow here. And it's chilly, but I like it. It feels good. It was getting a little warm in the other place, and because it was a little, not quite as high in elevation. So, you're able to camp here. It's national forest. The entire thing here is national forest. So unless it's marked, you can camp. And a lot of these roads where normally you would camp when there's no snow, they're snowed in once you get a little further in. So right back there, there's quite a bit of snow. And if I had a higher clearance vehicle with four-wheel drive, I could go right through that snow, but it makes me nervous in the van. So we're probably going to just stay right here. This is part of an overlook, and then there's like a little forest road that goes off of that. Yeah, I think we're just gonna stay here. There's not gonna be traffic here tonight, except for maybe bear going by. And it's beautiful. The views are incredible. So I will show you the views. Hopefully tomorrow morning it'll be a little clearer. Actually, it probably won't be. I need to do it now because I think it's supposed to start raining tomorrow. Ross is on his way. Well, no, he's not quite on his way, but he's on his way tomorrow. And he's gonna meet up with me a little north of here. And we haven't decided if it's gonna be Oregon or if it'll be just far northern California. And then continue on from there. So, yeah, the trees here are enormous and gorgeous. And some of them are really gigantic and old. But let me see if I can show you some of this view. So that way in the distance, they call that, I think, Castle Crags or Castle Towers or something like that. And that is a state park. And I saw that driving into this area from the south. I didn't go in though. And then, see that lake down there? That's the lake we visited today, which is Suzuki Lake. And that means we camped up here. This is where the Castle Lake is, around that area. Tomorrow morning is clear. I will give you some better views of this. It is very beautiful. Good morning from Mount Shasta. It is a chilly, cloudy morning. Not much for views again today, but it's beautiful. You wish you could smell the air here. All these old growth pine trees. It's amazing. And we're probably going to leave California today. Northern California has been good to me. One of my favorite places in the world. We'll be back, definitely. Yeah, but Oregon. We're headed to Oregon, and Oregon, another one of my favorite places. So it's all good. It's gonna feel good to get back out on the road. So yeah, so we're gonna get on the road, and you can come along with us. Well, it's not that clean, but I guess it'll do. So this is just down from our little campsite for last night. This is actually a really great place to camp, but the snow was a little too much for me to risk, but looks like there is a toilet here, which is nice. And there's a little nature trail. So let's see. It's kind of hard to tell where the trail is, though. This is a nice little trail. It's got all these little informational signs along the way. This one talks about the white fir tree. Well, look at this. I don't know what the heck that is, but I guess maybe just a viewpoint? I had no idea this stuff was back here. Well, I wish I could read this whole thing, but it says John Everett, the forest supervisor of the Shasta National Forest, died at this location fighting the bear. And then I can't read what it says after that. Okay, so the forest supervisor died fighting a bear at this location. Great. This is kind of cool, though. Wow, missing a lot of trees down there. Well, it's pretty. It would be a big sweeping view if all these gorgeous trees weren't in the way. Well, we got a tiny hike in this morning. That's good. I was gonna have to take her to the city park and play in the grass, but kind of rather just get on the road. So doing this hike maybe alleviate that.